Hey guys, Jamiy, and today we are back on the tier list site, as you can see on the screen right now. Also, we did a video like maybe last week, I think it was last week, where I ranked basically all of my favorite Loomians, also like from best to worst and whatever Loomians I didn't like, which there aren't really too many Loomians I dislike, just I think could have been a little bit better, but there's no Loomians that I really like completely like hate, basically, either design or just basically anything. So also in that video I mentioned if you guys want to see a gleaming version of my favorites, then let me know, and also a lot of people wanted to see a gleaming version, so that's what we're doing obviously. So also I should mention this is only for the alpha gleamings. Eventually we might do a gamma gleaming version once they actually are released. Also, while I'm recording this video, they are not released. Also I want to quickly mention, I did all of this, and I labeled all of the Loomians like 1 to 81. Well, there's 81 Loomians here, but also like for the Halloweens, like one of them's like, this one's like, let's say 51. This one's like, oh, this one's 51. This one's like 51H for Halloween. So it's like 81 pictures here. I went through and renamed all of the files, like M-Bits number 1, Rabban's number 2, Samarine number 3. So I don't know why it's not in that order. A lot, you can see that most of them are near their evolution line, so I should be able to work with it. So I'm going to go through it in Luminix order. And I should mention again, there aren't really too many gleamings I just dislike. Never mind hate. So also we got our tier list, which no biggest PPOK. We just have perfect, great, good, average, like they're alright. I don't have anything bad to say about them, but I don't have anything like good to say about them either. And also bad and then trash. Probably should have one just called Void, where they just should get thrown into there, but like I said, I don't think there actually is any that I would probably put into there, at least right now. So then also we're going to start off with M-Bit, which I think M-Bit is great. Same for like Rabban and Samarine. I mean, it's like a pink, like kind of like pinky purple, which I don't think is bad on Samarine. It's definitely like not perfect. I feel like, especially actually I'm going to put Rabban in like goods. I'm not too big a fan of its face, to be honest. But M-Bit and Samarine are great in my opinion. There's nothing really bad to say about them. They're just pink. They're just pink main. Next up I think is also I have the Roblox. I have the game pulled up on my second monitor just so I can actually look at the Lumipedia since they're not in order, and also I can get the music. So then, next up plan is the Dripple line. Where's the Dripple gun? Because I just moved them. Okay, let's put all of these on then. Okay, so for the Dripple line, I know that not too many people like it because it's green, but also the normal version is blue, which I will say I really like the normal versions of them, but I also really like the gleaming versions of them. Even though I'm not really too big a fan of green, I think it works really well on Luminami, but this one, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Riptide's design. I still think it looks ugly, so if I'm going to base them on like designs and if their color scheme is also good. So if I like their designs, if I like their designs and their gleamings, they're also gonna get ranked up pretty high. If I don't like their gleamings but I like their designs, then also gonna get put low. But if I like, let me think, if I like their gleamings but I don't like their designs, it's a little bit better than what they would have been obviously in the last one. So for example, I'm not a big fan of Rabban. It's kind of weird, but I think the gleaming is decent enough to like put in goods. Although it would probably be an average, to be honest, for most people, I would say. Next up plan is the Fevine set, which, where is it? Oh, it's down here. Why are you down here? Which, honestly, I think this is going to be another controversial one, because I really like Fevines and Felvers. I think they are perfect. The problem was Tatab. I'm going to put in goods. I like it. I really think it's goods. Like, it's really goods. The only problem is, as you can see, like on the first two evolutions, also you got like a little bit of grey, then this one goes to, like a black for some reason, unless it's just a glitch. But it's like it's got a lot of like grey, which is great. On the Tatablo, it's only got like a few markings on its ears and face, and none of the leaves are grey. If there was like a couple of leaves that were like black or grey, I think it would be a lot better. But because it doesn't, these two are perfect. Like these two are great. I mean, it's like a wilted leaf, which is really cool in my opinion. But Tatab, I like it. I just think it would have been it could have been better, I think is a better way to put it. Next up plan is the Eaglet line, which I think Eaglets is perfect. I think Torpreys is great. Valkyries, I'm going to put in good again. It's more like an orangey brown rather than the pinky peach. Torprey, I like Torprey quite a lot. If there was a nuller tier, it would be like really great. It'll be in between great and perfect. I like it, but I think Eaglet just like completely suits it well because it's like a pinky reds. Whereas Valkyrie is just it just goes orangey brown, which I'm not a big fan of. Which if it had the same like fairly bright red and peachy pink, I think Valkyries would have been a lot better. Next up is Vampabats, which I think actually now they mostly fit into their Lumidex order. So let's go from this lens. So for the Vambat line, I think Vambat is great. I'm not a big fan of the scarf or like whatever it is around its neck. If it was any other colour, I probably would have put it in perfect. I'm just not a big fan of green. It's kind of like a minty green, which isn't bad, but I think it's great minus the scarf. Dimpire, I'm going to put in goods. Again, I'm not a big fan of Dimpire's design, but its gleaming makes it a lot better in my opinion. Although it is kind of weird. Like if I had to rate it just on the gleaming version, I'd say it's pretty good. If I had to like say because with its design, I'd probably put in like average maybe, but if I'm saying for just gleaming, I'll put it in here. Vesperatu, I would probably also put in great. I feel like it could have been a little bit better, but I think it's pretty cool still. I like how it's like a purple and green mixed together, but I feel like there could have been a different color combo that could have been better on it, I think. Next up is Snowcub, which I think Snowcub is... I'm also going to put it in great. I like it. For Snowkit, I'm going to put it in perfect, and same for Himber. Snowcub is the only problem, because the only thing that changes is like its fingers, its toes, and the tip of its ears. Which I understand why. Because it's like also, if you look at the other two, the only parts are like purpley pink are like the accents, which is why they did it, but the white parts on Himber have like a very faint pinky tint to them, but Snowcub just completely stays white, and the blue parts just change to pink, which I feel like it could have been a little bit better if it had the pink tinge or tints that the evolutions had, but I think it's pretty cool in general. I mean, as obviously, Weevil, perfect. Zulong, perfect. Stozaplo, I feel like it kind of looks weird, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really a big fan of Stozap's design in general, but I don't know, man. I don't know. If I'll probably put it in average. I just don't know why. It doesn't look as good. Maybe it might be because it's like middle evolution, but also for Weevil, it's mostly just like a very light pink and like a peachy pink. Whereas like also Zulong gets like a dark pink and like a little bit brighter of a peachy pink, I'd say. Whereas Stozap still has like Weevil's very, very light pink, but it also has like that the part on Zulong, which I don't think it looks good on Stozap. I just don't think it really looks that good. So I'm gonna put it like average. I'm tempted to put it into bad, to be honest, but I'll leave it an average for now. Next up actually is the rat, which I think is great. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. It's just a red rat, which I feel like a red on a lot of gleamings looks pretty cool, so I'm gonna put it there. For Umbrat, good. I understand like it's like just like it's basically like an just inverted Umbrat, which is cool, but it just looks weird. Same for Luxor. I'm gonna put in average. I don't have anything bad to say about it, but I'm not a big fan of the brown and the orange mixed together. To be honest, I feel like it's pretty. I know a lot of people like it, or some people like it at the very least, but I feel like it could have been a different color and it would have been a lot better. Which also you can say about any gleaming, I guess, or any coloration. For Eclipse though, I think Eclipse is probably gonna be great. I like also it's like a mixture of both of them, but it's not like the orangey. I don't know why, but I'm not a big fan of the orangey on like the orange parts or the very, very light brown on which one's this one again? Luxor. Not a big fan of that. Whereas I think Eclipse's Gleaming does it a lot better, with Umbrat's a lot better. So I'm gonna put that one in great. Like Umbrat's like very close to great, but I feel like Umbrat could have been a lot better. Same with like Eclipse, which is why it's not perfect. It could have been like something else. Next up then we have, is it Cathorn's line? Yep, it's Cathorn line. Cathorn is, honestly, I think all these are going to be imperfect. I don't think they could have done it any better, honestly. Like, I love the charcoal black or grey and like the, I guess it's like a monotone purple. But then when you get to like Cinnamorph, it's like so good. Cinnamorph is so good. No matter what you do to Cinnamorph, and I'd probably say Propay. Cathorn, I can see them like certain colors messing it up, but I feel like for no matter what colors you give to Propay or Cinnamorph, it's probably gonna look really, really good. So that's great in my opinion. Next up then is Twittle, which doesn't really change that much in their Gleaming. I think Twittle's is good. I'm not a fan of. Also, I'm putting it down here. I think Paratweets is kind of garbage. I like the red, but I'm not a big fan of the green. I don't really like that many green Gleamings, and I was saying for Pokemon, I really didn't like a lot of green Shiners. I think Dripple's evolution line does it really well. Avatros, I'm also gonna put in like I'd put it in high goods. Like if I had to do this, I'd probably say. I'd probably say like that one. It's alright. I need to move this one down though. I'd probably do like something like that. I'd say I really like Avatros's. I just think it could have been better, to be honest. I mean, red, I feel like it doesn't really change that much compared to like the normal form, which I guess is fair. I think it's cool, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like there could have been a better color for it. Next up, actually, then is Walder, which actually I forgot to mention. Let me know in the comments down below if you whatever I'm doing, if you think I'm just doing it wrong, or if you have other opinions, let me know. Also, this is my opinions also for all of these. Next up is Walder, which I think Walder is. I want to put in perfects, but I'm gonna put in great. I feel like it could have been a little bit better. Swalder is great. I mean, it's perfect. Swalder, I can't remember. I might be thinking of the Gamma Gleaming, unless it just has a different Gleaming, but I don't know. I'm not going to say too much about that because I don't want to leak anything by accident, but I think Swalder is really good. It falls into the same situation as Cinnamorph. No matter really what colors you give it, it's probably going to be really hard to make Swalder look bad. I've always liked Swalder, and I think this Gleaming version of it makes it really cool as well. Florant, or even Answer, perfect. Nothing bad to say about it. Florence is going to be in great. I don't the only reason I'm putting it in great is because I don't remember if the flower on its tail changes. If it does, like if the tail does change and it's just the normal colors of Florence, I'm gonna say it's great. If its tail flower does change, but it's different colors to the normal version, that's perfect in my opinion. I feel like if the flower on its butt changes color like the normal one does, no matter, like, you can catch one, it might have white, well actually I think the white one's a glitch, which you shouldn't be able to catch anymore, but might still be a thing. Just like blue, reds, whatever. If this one has a different color wheel, I feel like it would have been a lot better, but again, I can't remember because I think I've only got one Florence, so I don't remember because also I don't have multiple. So I'm going to put it in great for now, but if it does change, it'll be perfect. But I feel like it probably should have a different color wheel, and that would actually make it so good. Grubby, again, I'm going to put this one in great. Actually, I'm putting it in perfect. I like the white and blue color combo. I've always liked it. Cornucopia, I think is great. I'm just not really a big fan of Cornucopia. I think it looks better on Grubby. And Terraflaus is perfect as well. Same reason for Walder and Cinemoth. You can't really make a Terrafly really look bad. No matter what colors it has, it's probably going to look really, really good. So the next up, next then we're going on to Route 3, I believe. Yep, which is Ragoon and Kleptyke. So Kleptyke, I think is perfect. It's purple. I love the purple, and I think it's done right. Ragoon, I think I'm gonna have to put in perfect. Like, it's the exact same. I just wish the bag was a different color, to be honest, which I don't think is a big enough like fault to knock it down from perfect. I think it's pretty perfect. I like the purple. So Gleaming Central Lagoon is also perfect in my opinion. I mean, also it's based on the Grinch, which I mean is in itself is perfect already. So it's gotta be. There's no way anyone can put this lower. Again, it's a green gleaming that I think is done right, and because it has like something behind it where it's meant to be like the Grinch, I think it suits it really, really well. So I'll put it there. Next up plan is Babor and Balrock, which I'm gonna put in good. I don't have anything bad to say about them. I feel like they're better than average. I'm just like they're just reds, which it would be a lot worse if it had like the neon reds that Avitrus did. If Avitrus's red was like this red, I think Avitrus would be a lot better. But But I feel like they're good, they're not bad, but I feel like they could have been a lot better. I'm gonna put these down lower. Okay, next up is Alguana and Geklow. They're some of the best ones. They're some of the best ones. I know that for the normal versions, people aren't really too keen on Alguana's brown. I think it should have stayed the same green from Geklow. I think that would have been perfect if it just kept the green. Fortunately, though, it doesn't, but I like the neon parts on them. I think they're really, really cool. It's kind of cool as well, like Geklow's more like a washed out, like purpley, but it has like the neon reds. And then also Geklow, when Geklow evolves into Alguana, it's completely neon, which I like personally. Next up, we have is the Slugling line, which I'm gonna put Slugling in great. It's weird, it's funky. I like it a lot for that reason. For Slugling low, not for Slugling's evolutions low, so Escargot, I'm gonna put in average, and I'm gonna put Gastroke in bad. Gastroke just always looks a little bit weird to me. Plus, I'm kind of upset that yeah, I'm kind of upset that they don't keep the funky color scheme of Slugling. I wish there was like the purple, the blue, the green, the dark blue. I wish they were all those colors were on these, but it kind of just goes boring a lot, which is upsetting, I guess, for me. Like, this is a cool, funky color scheme, and then just they completely lose it when they evolve. So I'm putting Slugling great. These two I'm not a big fan of, but some people might like these more, because also it's a lot to take in for the Slugling, but I'm the opposite for that one. I think these two are pretty meh in comparison. Actually, then also speaking about that, we have the Halloween version, which not normal Slugling, I think is good. I don't have anything wrong to say about it. But then also, the pumpkin on the back for the Escargot is perfect. Also, the white pumpkin is so good. And for Gastroke, it's perfect. Halloween's Gleaming Gastroke is so good. I don't think they could have done it perfect, to be honest. Like, it's so damn good. Next up plan we have is Kabunga. So I'm like trying to get through this as quick as possible because it's going to be a stupidly long video otherwise. Kabunga, perfect. I love it, okay? I absolutely love Kabunga. I like the brown, it's more like a bronze to be honest, with black and charcoal grey like accents, which I think is great. Wiki Wiki, I'm gonna say it's bad. I'm just not a really big fan of Wiki Wiki. If it kept like the same like charcoal grey and black colour scheme on like the accents that it did on Kabunga, it would be a lot better. It'd probably been like good. I feel like Kabunga would just pull it off better. For what's this thing called again? Chartika. I'm gonna put in goods. I think it could have been so much better if they completely redid it. So it was completely black, and the flame could have been any color. The green flame I think is pretty cool. It's just the body. The bronze looks a lot better on Kabunga. Again, same for like Wiki Wiki. It looks better on Kabunga because that's like only a small part of it. It's not the entire thing. If it was completely burnt, like completely black, which I guess the normal form is, yes, so that's probably why they didn't do it. But the green flame I like. It's just that I'm not a big fan of all of it being bronze. I feel like it could have been a better color. So yeah, next up is Sorchu, which I think is pretty great. There's nothing really stopping me from putting in perfect, to be honest. It's just that I feel like it's kind of weird. I think I prefer normal Sorchu's color scheme, but I think the Gleaming is pretty great as well. For the Gleaming Halloween Sorchu, I'm gonna also put in great, but a little bit higher above it. I like the color scheme, like it's like a grey charcoal black, but also with a purple hat. It's really good. I think it probably could have had like a different coloration. It would probably been perfect. I don't know what color I would have preferred, but I feel like there could have been a better one, but also it's meant to be a witch, so I can understand why it's that, which I like it a lot. As I don't want to put in perfect. These ones are perfect, that one's like very close to perfect, so if I had to say. Next up we have Sedimaz. Rockwaller is freaking perfect. I really like Rockwallers. Also, in my video that I did for just ranking all of my favorite my favorite normal Loomians, Sedimaz I think was actually one of the lowest, if not the lowest Loomian, because I think it's ugly. The blue, like taking out its looks, the blue is good on it, but it looks so much better on Rockwaller. I'll put an average just because of the color scheme, but the design is still not. I'm not a big fan of it. It looks ugly. Next up lineup is actually John Litt's Loomian, which is a Gumpod and Ventation, which at first I thought was really weird, and I wasn't sure if I liked them or not. Because I've actually like seen them now quite more common, or not super common, but because I've seen them a lot more now, I've got used to them, and I actually think they're pretty damn perfect. Like, it's weird, okay? At first, I really wasn't like, the purple looks good, but I wasn't really a big fan of the lime green at first until I saw them a lot more and I got used to them. But I think that they're actually pretty cool. I feel like it could be better though without the lime green and with a different color. I think it could have been even more perfect, but either less, I'm gonna put them in the perfect because like it's like the Slugling. They're kind of funky, and for some reason I just really like them on Ventation. So hey, I'm gonna put those ones in perfect as well, even though for sure some people think these ones are pretty bad, but I kind of like them. The purple looks really cool. Again, the green could have been any other color and it would have probably been a little bit better, or probably a lot better in some people's opinions, but I kind of like it once I got used to it. Next up is Ursol, which I think is pretty bad, I guess. Like, they just don't really change enough for me, unfortunately. Like, I don't mind like monotone stuff, like if they just go like gray, black and white. I don't hate them. Like, for example, Mimikyu is one of the best shiners in Pokemon in general for it, like, because it goes black and white. I feel like it doesn't really work too well though on Ursol, and I just said its name, Fankub. Did I say its name? I don't remember. But I feel like it doesn't really work too well on these. Next up, we have the Wish Pup line, which Wish Pups is freaking... Yep, I think this one's perfect as well. Also, the normal one is like a blue-purple, and this one's like an orangey-red. It's basically the same thing, just a different color, which is great. I mean, the blue and purple is really good, which I'd probably say the red and purple... No, the blue and purple is a little bit better in my opinion, but the red is like super good as well. It's like a very close second, which is good. If both the normal forms and the gleaming forms are really, really good, then, I mean, they're perfect. They're perfect, man. Next up plan actually is Skalava's line, which Skalava is freaking perfect. Anything that has pink, I'm going to rank really high. Again, for Gexplode, it's the same situation as Zedimar's. I'm not a big fan of the design, but the pink, like gleaming, makes it actually pretty damn good, if not very close to great. The reason why Zedimar's also is fairly low still is because the blue, like I said, it looks a lot better on Rakqual than it does on Zedimar's. Gexploder looks pretty good on it, good with it as well, but the design, I feel like the design could have been something else and it would have still looked a lot better, to be honest. Next up, actually, oh, this one's gonna be tough. The reason why is because lime green, like I said, this is probably one of the only few greens I'm actually gonna rank as bad. The lime green just does not look good to me on Kratal. It just does not look good. I think, actually, I'm gonna put this one down in trash. I really don't like it. I'm gonna put Krakaloa in bad as well. I don't think it's as bad as this one. Like, it isn't as lime. The lime green is actually now just the lava, which looks like a slime volcano to me now, which, actually thinking about it, that concept's kind of cool, but I'm going to still put it in bad. Volcaloa, I think, is great. Might because I'm a little bit biased towards Volcaloa, but I think it looks a lot better on Volcaloa, since also it's like an island, so also like green for all of the wildlife, I guess, makes sense. The mask on the like, it looks like snot. I'm not gonna like when I have this mask, but again, it's kind of funky, like for the same reason why I like Slugling and Gunpod. I think it's pretty cool and it works well on Volcaloa, but for these two, I still don't really think it works, to be honest. I just don't think it does. Also, for the entire Igneo line, perfect. They're red, okay? They're red lizards. How can you not like them? How can you not like them? That is perfect. They're really good. I mean, I think it's the same for like Cinemoth, like I was saying earlier. Probably no matter what color they make these, they're probably gonna look good no matter what, to be honest. Next up plan, we're actually going down to the last few now, which is the Calfnote line, which male Calfnote I think is good. I don't have anything really bad to say about it. It's pretty good. I like it. Calfnote, I'm gonna put it in average. I like the pink. I just wish the fur changed, or the is it, what do you call it, fur? Yeah, fur, right? No, it's wool. Yeah, wool. I kind of wish it's wool change color as well, kind of like also how the male version did, but it just doesn't. If it did change, this would be very close to perfect in my opinion, but I know. I was kind of like thinking, like, actually from like the Wooloo from Pokemon. Wooloo's normal form is like white, the shiny is like a black wool. I think this would have been pretty cool if it had black wool and it had the pink that it has now, which is why I'm going to put Mewtwo the same, and Trumbull is also pretty good. I like Trumbull, pretty good for the gleaming. Also for Gobidemic, perfect. It's literally a Turkey. Also, the normal form is a Plague Doctor theme. On the Gleaming version makes it look like an actual Turkey, which is based off of, which I think is perfect. That's probably one of the best, honestly. One of the best Gleamings in my opinion. Next up plan, we have Icicle, which I thinking about it, I probably should put all of the Icicles on because they all look a little bit different. So if I had to do this, okay, we're going to put it on here. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Can I zoom out a little bit more as well? Okay, we can, okay. So then, where is it? So For the blue version, I would put on great. Okay, so this one I would put on great. If it's purple or red, perfect. Yellow and green, I would put in good or average, like maybe like middle ground. It looks really, really good on the blue, and the purple and the red, like it looks so super good. I was not a big fan of the yellow and the green. I got the yellow one, it looks alright, but I feel like those three look a lot cooler. And then last up then we have, obviously, is Duskit and Ikazune. Oh, I zoomed in too much. Zoom out a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so next up we have Duskit and Ikazune. Duskits, I'm not gonna lie, people are gonna hate me. I think it's kind of bad. I was gonna put it in trash, I'm not gonna lie. I was very close to putting it in trash. It's not my favorite. The normal version, in my opinion, I actually find the color, I think it's like a red, right? Yes, a red. The red normal version looks so much better. I'm just not a big fan of the green. I just really dislike it. I don't hate it though. I just think it could have been a lot better. If it was any color other than green, I would have liked it. Also, the only parts that change is like the accents on it again. Like the actual normal body of it doesn't really change, which kind of makes it bad as well in that opinion. Like, if the body changed the different color as well, like, I know, literally just invert it, and I feel like it would have been, like, I have a white Duskit with the green, probably would have looked a lot better. Or change the body color completely, and then still keep the green. That would have looked a lot better. And it's just like, it's a normal Duskit, just have the ears change color to green from red. And the tail and the claws, or the nails, I guess, but I feel like it's not enough. Ikazune is though, I think is perfect as well. I know some people don't like it, but for me it falls into like the same situation as Gunpowder and Ventation. Some people don't like the green horns, the neon green, lime green horns. I don't actually hate them, I think they're actually pretty cool. So I think that's actually where I would put everything. Can I zoom in a little bit more? Yeah, I can zoom in just there. So that's basically all my list. I really like Ikazune's. The purple like coat looks really cool. I think actually the legs get a tad darker red than the normal one, but I think it looks really, really cool on this one. But I think that's where I would rank all of the Gleamings in the games. This is a fairly long video, so I'm glad I got through all of it. So that's where I would rank all of them. Again, you can tell most of them are in like the perfect, great, like I like them. I have a lot of perfect ones because I'm a really big fan of pinks and blues and reds and purples, which also you can see that there's a lot of like pink, blues, reds. I'm not too big a fan of green, but obviously as you can tell, like these ones like exceptions, because also like the Grinch, it makes sense and it looks pretty, I think it's like a pretty cool green. Dripple, I think, pulls the green off perfect. If I'd say what my favorite was, also Zulong and Weevil, I didn't really put them in order from like from best to worst on these parts, but also I like them all pretty equally, but my Zulong is still my favorite. Wish it was a little bit lighter, that's the only thing. Like, if it was like the Weevil, I think this would be even better than perfect, but I still like it how it is. So it's like I said, I like pinks, purples, blues, and reds a lot. I don't know if I ever said red, but also there's a lot of pinks, a lot of blues, a lot of purples, a lot of reds, and then also like just some that really fit a lot. Which actually, think about it, most of these actually are pink. All of those colors I just said, pink, reds, purple, and blues. Like a lot of them are. Also, Fevines and Kabungas. It's like actually, if you put them together, they actually have a very similar gleaming color scheme. Also, like the brown bronze, the like normal body, and the accents like a black charcoal grey. Which, yeah, think about it, they actually look very similar, which is probably why I like Kabunga so much. Which I think they look really cool. So that's where I would probably put it. Similar to my my favorite ranking video. I like a lot of Loomians. It's very rare that I dislike Loomians. Like also some exceptions like Sedimaz and Gexplode. Not a big fan of those two. They kind of look ugly to me. But there's not really that many that I just dislike in general. In fact, I'm fine with most of them. Again, as you can tell, I really like what they've done with a lot of them. For like some of them, they could have been like a different colour and would have been completely fine in my opinion, or they would have been even better. Like for example, also the Caffeine, like I mentioned, if the wool changed, I think I would have liked it a lot better. I know it's like it's one of those pinks where I'm not a big fan of. Like, I feel like it could have just been done better. But I think that's actually where I'm gonna leave it. Which hey, I better leave off here because this is gonna be a really long video. So it already is a long video. So hey, like I said, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below, obviously, because I want to hear what you guys have to say as well. Because honestly, I definitely know that some people can be upset with where I put some of them, okay, but I think that is where I'll leave everything. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Also, like I said at the beginning of the video, when we get gammas, I will eventually do a video on ranking all of my favorite gammas and what I think is kind of trash. So I'm gonna wait for that, but yeah, we might be waiting a while, I guess. We don't know. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.